If you've ever stood in the storm of a tantrum wondering, where did this come from? You're not alone. But here's what most people miss. Tantrums are never random. They are signals, they are data. And if we listen, we unlock the real power of parenting. A child doesn't wake up and decide to lose control. That tantrum, it's a cry for help, often about something deeper. Hunger, fatigue, overstimulation, confusion, or frustration. Accusation often takes on a different shape, to use a phrase from Sarkon's LM. Then you release some anger, often about something deeper. Overstimulation, confusion, or frustration, but they don't have the words. So they show it the only way they know how, with emotion. Your job isn't just to stop the noise, it's to decode the message. Are they tired, overwhelmed, lacking routine? Is this about the toy on the floor or about something that happened at daycare, at school, with a sibling? When we start recognizing patterns, certain times of day, certain environments, certain transitions, we move from reacting to anticipating, from surviving to leading. And guess what? That gives your child something powerful too, the sense that they are seen and understood. Nothing calms the storm like connection. When they know you get it, you've already diffused half the tension. Your goal isn't to eliminate tantrums. That's like trying to erase learning curves. Your goal is to guide them through the fire, not shield them from it. And understanding is the bridge that takes you both to the other side. So once you begin to listen beneath the loudness, you'll notice a shift. Now, let's talk about the most underrated superpower in your parenting toolkit. Let's cut through the noise. Children thrive on predictability. Why? Because their world is big, loud, and constantly changing. Routine becomes their compass. It grounds them. It creates emotional safety. And you, yes, you are the architect of that safety. Think about it. How do you feel when your day spins out of control? When surprises knock your schedule sideways, you feel tense, anxious, maybe even irritable. Now imagine being 3 years old with none of the tools you've developed, but all of the emotions. That's what your child is navigating every single day. A solid routine is not just a checklist. It's a rhythm that tells your child you are safe, you are secure, you know what's coming next. It's breakfast at the same time, bedtime rituals, clear transitions, predictable consequences. When children know what to expect, their emotional energy is freed from fear and confusion, and you'll be amazed how much that alone reduces tantrums. This doesn't mean rigidity. Life happens, but even within flexibility, there is structure. And when your child feels emotionally prepared, they can handle disappointment, change, and frustration with far more resilience. So if you're dealing with constant tantrums, ask yourself, where can I build stronger routines? Where can I simplify, clarify, and lead? Because when you lead with rhythm, your child learns to dance with calm. And once you've laid the foundation of predictability, you're ready to level up. By mastering one of the most misunderstood parenting tools of all, let's drop the old school myth right here. Discipline is not about punishment. It's not about control, fear, or shame. Real discipline, powerful, life-shaping discipline, is about teaching. And your child needs a teacher, not a punisher. Every tantrum, every meltdown, every emotional explosion is a doorway into learning. But here's the catch. We can't teach in the middle of the storm. First, we connect. Then we coach. Once the emotion has passed and the connection is restored, that's your moment. That's where you step in and help your child understand what happened. Not with lectures, not with threats, with calm, clear, compassionate guidance. You say things like, you were really mad when I said no. That's okay. But hitting is not okay. Let's talk about what to do next time. You're showing them how to name emotions, how to make better choices, how to grow. Discipline means to disciple, to guide, to lead, to mentor. And when you shift from reaction to teaching, you raise children who think, reflect, and learn. What's even more beautiful, they start to internalize those lessons. They hear your voice in their head even when you are not around. That's legacy parenting. So the next time a tantrum happens, remind yourself, this is not a war to win, it's a moment to guide. And once you do that consistently, something extraordinary begins to happen. Here's the truth. Your energy is the thermostat for your home. Not your words, not your rules, your energy. Children don't learn emotional regulation from being told to calm down. They learn it by watching you do it again and again. When you stay calm, even in the storm, you're teaching more than 100 lectures could. You're showing your child how to process, how to breathe, how to be under pressure. That's not weakness, that's world-class strength. Tantrums test your patience, yes, but they also sharpen your emotional intelligence. They're the moments that call you to be more grounded, more present, more powerful in your presence. And here is the beautiful irony. The more regulated you are, the less frequent and intense the tantrums become. Your child doesn't need perfection. They don't need robotic cheerfulness. They need your authentic calm. They need to know that even when things get messy, you're okay. And if you're okay, they can be okay too. So when the yelling starts, when the tears fall, when it feels like it's all spiraling, go inward, breathe. Ask yourself, what does my child need from me right now? Not in words, in presence. Because the truth is, the greatest gift you can give your child is the ability to handle their own emotions. And that gift is passed down from your example, one tantrum at a time. And once you tap into that calm power, it's time to create an environment where growth, not fear, drives every interaction. Listen to me now and hear it with your soul. You were never meant to be a perfect parent. You were meant to be a present one. You were never called to control every outburst. You were called to lead through them. You were never expected to have all the answers, but you are expected to keep showing up with love, with grace, and with the courage to grow right alongside your child.